Alright everyone, welcome back. Finally we've got some new golf videos for you because golf is officially back. So this was my first full round. I'm playing at the Vale of Llangollen Golf Club, which I'm a member at. I've played a few times and recorded here, so it's probably a course you're probably used to seeing. But yeah, my first drive was actually a very, very good drive. It sweetly struck right over the corner. It left me actually a 5-iron into this par 5. But unfortunately I didn't strike it too great, just chunked it. So it was short and just rolled into this little stream here. So I've got a penalty drop, which, it's not ideal, but still like an up and down for par potentially. But this is probably going to be something. I mean, this wasn't a bad ship, but I'll be honest with you, because this was my first round back, my short game, I mean, you guys know if you've watched my videos in the past that my short game is something that I need to work on. And it is actually currently something I'm working on. I've had a lesson, I got another lesson booked, and I'm just constantly, trying to work on it now and improve, because it's definitely a letdown in my game. But especially in this video, you're going to see some bad ships, and it's just going to be a common thing when you get back into the game. But this first shot on the second hole, par 4, very, very good drive. And I put it like 15 foot away, putting for eagle now. So my driving is going very good so far, I'm not going to lie. But got a very, I was kind of liking the look of this putt. Downhill, right to left putt. Not a load of break into it, but yeah, I could have been a little bit more aggressive with it. I mean, it wasn't the perfect line, but if I was a bit more aggressive with it, I could have got that in. But unfortunately, I didn't get my first eagle. Still, it's going to come sometime soon. If my driving's like that, it's going to come soon. But I get a nice tap-in birdie. That was an easy one. Now, this shot is going to be one that you can all relate to. Very confident after the last hole. And I just sky pulled it into no man's land. And, and then second shot, just completely relaxed, just bombed it right down the middle. I mean, if everyone could have a ball of, provisional balls, like a box of provisional balls, I think everyone would be off the scratch handicap. I hit it'd be my fourth shot, not my second shot. Just pulled it, just terrible, into the trees. Now I'm kind of making a mess of it. I've got to just get back into it. And unfortunately, I kind of just chunked this 56 degree quite a way short. So I've got to up and down this at least. And I actually make a nice chip here. It actually landed perfectly and rolled to about 1 foot away. So that's a nice tap in. It was for a 7, which is pretty disappointing for me because, I mean, par 5s with my driving at the moment, they're quite, attackable holes. And really, there should be holes that should be, threatening a birdie or making a par at least. So getting a 7 is quite bad. But yeah, there we go. Fortunately, this drive on this hole left me a shot on the trees, and I clipped the trees on my second shot, so I just topped it into the rough. And again, I just chunked it. So I'm kind of doing a few things here when I get into the rough. It is a little bit sticky, obviously it's winter conditions and stuff, but yeah, I just chunked it again and left me another chip on that I need to definitely up and down from this position. But yeah, my chipping like I said, you guys know that my chipping isn't too great, but when you get back into the game, it's always going to be something that it's probably, I mean, for me anyway, it's going to be the weak part of my game that I'm going to have to practice a lot more. But at least my driving is a little bit on point. So through 4 holes with 4 over, which, I mean, it's a mixed bag so far. We've had a bogey, a birdie, and 2 doubles. That sums up my game pretty well, to be fair. And yeah, put a real nice drive right into the middle, and yeah, just pulled this just 3/4 pitch wedge long left. So these kind of short game, short pitch, pitches 100 yards in, definitely something I need to work on. Like I said, it is something I'm working on. And yeah, it's just something that when I drive so well and I put it into the middle of the fairway, I should not be making the bogey. I should not. I'm wasting so many shots like this. But again, it's my first full round back. I will have to say that I did play a little bit, I think 7 holes around before this, as my first proper bit of golf in what was it, like 5 months or something? But that was like, I was playing off like winter tees, like, you know, temporary tees and stuff, and it was very wet. And again, I only played like 7 holes, so it wasn't anything proper like this. But yeah, but made a nice par there, hit a nice iron into the green, and made a pass. That was all good. But anyway, I just want to quickly talk about the new handicap system and what you guys think of it, because it's a little bit something, I know, apart, it's obviously a good thing, but again, it's something that I feel like we're going to have to get used to, and it's a little bit confusing at times, as I just completely cocked that shot up. I almost shanked it, like, right off the heel, thin right off the heel, terrible, and again, duffed a chip, wasting so many shots. But anyway, this new handicap system, so my handicap was, I think, 12.7 before the change. With the change, it didn't make much difference. I dropped down to like 12.5, so again, it was still rounded up to 13 really, but 12.5. And then I think it went up by 12.6 after like a couple of comps. And then it was weird. I played in a comp, my first round back last week. I played terribly. I scored like 25 points or something. And then my handicap went up to 13.1. So going off all the calculations and stuff, it worked out that my average was 13.1, but I think it's from your last 8 scoring cards. So it's a bit confusing, because it's kind of like, I don't know how... This is Wales golf, by the way. I don't know if it's different in England, but it's definitely, I think, similar in the UK anyway. But it's just a little bit confusing, because it's like, I don't know exactly what I'm going to go up or down by after every competition. So if I play terribly in a comp, it's like, well, how much am I going to go up by? Because before, obviously, it was consistent, you know, whatever you scored, if it was over your handicap, you're likely going to go up by 0.1. That was just standard. Whereas now, it's like, I don't really know what I'm going to go up by. Whereas yesterday, I played in a competition, played pretty well. It was very up and down. I had scored 36 points with 3 birdies, 3 blobs, loads of double bogeys, and scored 36 points. My handicap came down from 13.1 to 12.2. So it's a little bit confusing. I agree, it's really good when you play in the different courses and you convert your handicap to a fair representation of your handicap at harder courses or easier courses. That makes sense to me. I really think that's a good idea. I'd be very interested to hear what you guys think of that. Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, I finished my front 9 at 8 over par, which I believe is like 2 or 3 over my current handicap, which, you know what, I'll take, considering it's my first full front 9 back in so long, and considering, I went in the water on the first hole, on this 9th hole, and also that's 3 off the tee on the 3rd too. So, I'll take it. Like I said, I've got many golf videos coming very soon, so if you enjoyed this one and you want to see some more, definitely subscribe. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.